in continuing our education on American history, and we want to make sure to highlight all the evil that has been done to Black Americans, we want to travel back to 1906 in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, Atlanta today is known as a city where you have a lot of, Black people there. You have a Black mayor, been having Black mayors there, but right now you're seeing what them folks are trying to do in Buckhead. They want to break Buckhead away from Atlanta and trying to, segregate that part for themselves, create their own police departments. But let's go back into history to understand, how these folks just do not change. So the Atlanta riot in 1906 was the first race riot to take place in the capital city of Georgia. The riot lasted from September 22nd to September 24th, and it was a culmination of a few factors. They said including lingering tensions from Reconstruction. They said job competition. See, listen to that, job competition. Let me stop there. I told y'all this. The white supremacists cannot compete on an equal playing field. You understand? If they cannot use their skin color as an advantage and they have to compete, mano a mano, then a lot of times the white supremacists lose because he has been made to believe that he's just smarter than everybody. He goes off of a dumb test. He got to take a dumb test to value his intelligence. They're like, these high IQ people, they have to take a test, and this test, measures their intelligence. It has to be a written test, not just what you do in your life, not how you move, not how you speak. No, none of that. It has to be a written test, and this number quantifies if you're like smart or not. So. But yet we see every day that test really is not a good one for them. So they said Black voting rights. They said an increasing desire of Black Americans to secure their civil rights. So, voting rights, they for sure don't want Black folks to vote. That's never changed. And they surely don't want you to have any kind of civil rights. They haven't changed today either. So they say by 1900, the population of Atlanta had more than doubled to 89,872 from its 1880 level. It said the Black population nearly quadrupled. It said during that period, it said job competition became intense, and white politicians responded by implementing and expanding Jim Crow laws. Because I can't compete, let me cheat. That's been the MO of America. It still is to this day. I can't compete, let's cheat. So it says the laws maintain, separate Black and white neighborhoods, segregated public transportation, and segregated schools. And they say despite these hurdles, they say a small number of Black families in the midst of all the I can't compete, I'm a cheat. In the midst of the cheating, Black people still persevered, and a number of Black families achieve a significant measure of success. So even when they're sabotaging us, we still find a way to be successful. Let me tell you something. We are an exceptional people. Don't you ever believe we're not an exceptional people. Everything they throw at us, we figure out a way to persevere through it. That's the stock you come from. You don't come from the stock of the freaking Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallions and what Pookie and Ray Ray is doing. That's not who you are, and that's not the stock you come from. You come from people who persevere, people who took a stand, people who fought back, people that had a lot of things, thrown at them, and they still made it. Now I say Black men voted during Reconstruction and continue to do so after their counterparts were pushed off of the voter rolls throughout the rest of the South. They say consequently, there was a considerable amount of African American political activism, they say, in the city. It said the growing Black middle class made many white citizens uncomfortable, but they were also wary of rising crime rates. They say, and the perceived threat of Black men against white women. Because, let me tell you something. It's two things they're going to try to say about you, brothers. In this always have tried to work. Something sexual, you're going to do something to some white woman or whatever, right? The Me Too, whatever. Or some sort of drugs or something like that, right? That's what they try to use. But the classic one is, oh, you're going to touch this white woman. Like brothers, that's all they want to do. I mean, come on, right? But continuing. So in 1906, gubernatorial campaign, it said added fuel to the racial fire as both Democratic candidates, Hoke Smith and Clark Howell, advocated disenfranchisement of all black voters in their respective newspapers. Yes, the Democrats, were complete the enemy of black society at that time. They say on September 22nd, after 4 alleged sexual attacks on white women by black men were reported in the local newspapers, a mob of approximately 10,000 white men formed downtown. Let me tell you something. It wasn't these alleged crimes that was never proven. The fact is they couldn't compete. They tried to cheat. It didn't work. Black folks still persevered, still were successful, still built a middle class. And this is, they say, you know what? We can't compete with these black people. Even when we cheat, we still can't compete with these black people. You understand? This is, like I said, I'm going to tell you again, this is who you are and that's where you come from. I would want to be a group of people that I got to cheat for everything I get. And I got to destroy somebody's stuff because I can't compete. Because what's happening today is they can't compete just like they couldn't compete back then. And now their privilege is shrinking every single day and they know it. And now they have to compete. And once again, what's happening? They're angry. Nothing changes. I told y'all that. So they said that the mob surged through black Atlanta neighborhoods, destroying businesses. Listen to it, they're destroying businesses. They want to tell, oh, you Black Lives Matter, y'all destroying businesses. Well, if they did it, they learned it from you. You did that. You taught people to destroy businesses. That's you. We weren't doing that in the continent. All that we learned from you. You say, and assaulted hundreds of black men. They say the violence became so dangerous that the state militia was called in to control the city. They say, and still some white groups persisted in attacking black neighborhoods, and black men organized to defend their homes and their families. Notice when they went to attack, they want to go destroy the businesses that black people built without their help. Now remember, they created Jim Crow laws to harm black people, and we still created our businesses. So you have to understand, when you know you cheating somebody and doing dirt and they still get past you, I mean, that just inflames you. Because you know what? You realize that you suck. You literally suck, to the world. That even if you cheat, you still losing. You understand what I'm saying? This is why, these people should have made us extinct a long time ago. This is why we have survived it. Because we the Lord's people. I told y'all that a long time ago. We are the Lord's people. We are the people of that book. That book is our history book. If you really want to get down to it. This is why they had to take your history book and lie to you about it and give you a fake and false God. And some of you, unfortunately, have believed them. And that's why you're in trouble that you're in now. Now, they said prior to the 1906 white supremacist riot, they said Atlanta was viewed as one of the few Southern American cities where blacks and whites could live in harmony. They say in an effort to end the violence, some white leaders reached out to the black elite. They say, but in the aftermath of the violence in the city, they say it became increasingly socially and racially stratified. They said it was not known for sure, but the estimate number of black people killed was between 25 and 40, while 2 white supremacists were killed. They say hundreds more people were injured and saw businesses and homes destroyed. They said black residential neighborhoods. They said became increasingly racially isolated following the white supremacist riot. They say, and many black Americans turned away from the previously popular accommodationist philosophies of Booker T. Washington and in favor of more aggressive approaches to civil rights. So Atlanta was a city that we came to and we still came to, and you see what it is to this day. Those of you who are living in Atlanta, now you know the legacy of what happened to our people in Atlanta. Start owning things in Atlanta. Stop going to the freaking Lenox Mall and go and buy freaking Gucci all day. Some of y'all, all you want to do is put a white man's name on your clothes. You want a white man's name on your wrists, and you don't own crap. You need to start owning them skyscrapers in Atlanta. You need to own, more things. You got so many people that rappers and all these things you got going on, but y'all don't own anything. Why do you? Let me tell you something. These same people, Gucci and all them other ones, I've done stories on them. All of them have come out with racist things about black people. All of them have. Why do you want to go put that on? Like, instead of taking that money that you're wasting at that Lenox Mall, start trying to invest in buy up Atlanta. Because them people, they trying to come and get you out of there. Look at what's happening in Buckhead right now. They're trying to get you out of there. They don't want to come in and live with you. They want to come in and take over and kick you out. That's always been their history, dealing with you. So you better protect Atlanta or you're not going to have Atlanta. Now, in 2021, they're not going to come with a mob of 10,000 now to run you out. No, they're going to try to take control bit by bit by bit. You better watch these sellout politicians that you have. You better watch them. That new lady that's supposed to be, replacing Keisha Bottoms. She got a lot of sellout vibes to this lady. The one that say that's kind of leading right now. Watch that lady. I don't trust that lady. I don't trust that lady at all. Look at what's happening with the DA over there. Y'all gonna lose Atlanta. Them folks don't want you in Atlanta. They know how Atlanta could be is very successful. They want you in squalor. For your ancestors that fought and died and worked very hard in Atlanta. Don't let them people take that over. I'm telling you that. Some of y'all, all you want to do is spend money, but you don't want to produce nothing, and you don't want to buy up anything. Look at what's happening in Harlem. Harlem was straight black, and now them folks just coming in there and displacing the black people. But yeah, we have all these NBA players that's in New York and rappers and all these different people, all this money, but you don't want to buy up your communities so they can't run you off. We want to teach you this history, because when these folks tell you anything, when you talk about reparations, when you talk about what happened, to us here in America, you can start referring to these stories and saying, you know what? No, because in 1906 in Atlanta, this is what you done. You understand? You refer to East St. Louis, you refer to Slocum, Texas, and we're going to go through every instance. It's a lot of videos I'm going to produce. I'm going to go through every instance of all of that till I've done covering it. And I'm going to make sure to put that in a playlist. That way you can go and look at them all. And you refer to that and you can share it with your kids and make sure people know, all about this. Download it so you can have it. You know what I'm saying? But we got to know this history. Because when you know your history, you got so much to fire back off to them. So Atlanta was the place that they had a white supremacist riot, and understand the main reason was they couldn't compete with you. You became too successful. Even when they put in Jim Crow laws, you still became successful. So they had to lie. And you know how many times have these so-called Karens and Beckys lied just to go so they can say, oh, yeah, see, they did this. That's why you go destroy you black people. Ain't nobody wanted them women like that. Please. Black folks were segregated at that time period. Anyway, but leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about, this particular story, and like I said, black folks in Atlanta, take in this history. Don't let these people displace you, because they're definitely trying right now.
The economy and job market are picking up quickly. If you're a job seeker looking to advance your career, or if you're an entrepreneur looking to start or expand your business, brightpathsearch.com has the resources to assist you. For job seekers at any stage, brightpathsearch.com can perfect your resume and cover letter, help you prepare for your interview, and offer leads for networking. For entrepreneurs, brightpathsearch.com can help you get access to government contracts or even help you start your business. There's no need to go at it alone. For a free consultation for job seekers or small business services, email j@brightpathsearch.com or visit the website www.brightpathsearch.com.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.